Welcome back my YouTube channel Old Coin Z Collection, where we dive into the fascinating world of numismatics. If you're into rare coins, their history, and their value, you've come to the right place. Today we have a super exciting topic, something that might just surprise you. We're talking about the South African 5-cent coin from 1996, and believe it or not, this coin has a potential value of $6 million. I know it sounds crazy, but stick with me, because we'll uncover the truth behind this rarity. So, grab a seat, hit that like button, and let's dive right in. Let's start by looking at the history of this particular 5-cent coin. The South African 5-cent coin was introduced in 1961 when South Africa adopted its decimal currency system. The coin was part of the set, replacing the previous British system, which was widely used until then. Fast forward to 1996. The South African Mint produced a series of coins with significant changes, marking a pivotal time in the nation's numismatic history. 1996 was a year of change in South Africa, not just politically, with the end of apartheid, but also culturally and economically. The coins issued in 1996 were part of the new coinage designed after South Africa became a democratic nation. These coins bore new motifs and designs, reflecting the country's bright future. The 5-cent coin you see here was designed with the famous Protea flower on the reverse and the year of minting on the obverse. Now, let's zoom in on the details. The 5-cent coin from 1996 is made from cupronickel, which gives it a nice, shiny appearance. On the obverse, you'll see the image of a Springbok, a symbol of South Africa's wildlife and a staple of the country's coinage. It's an iconic feature and instantly recognizable to anyone who's seen South African currency before. Above the Springbok, you'll spot the year 1996. Now, flip the coin over, and here's where the magic happens. The reverse side features the beautiful Protea flower, which is South Africa's national flower. Surrounding the Protea is the denomination 5C, indicating the coin's value. The coin is a simple yet elegant design, and this is what makes it so appealing to collectors. Alright, let's get into the juicy stuff, the value of this coin. Now, you might be thinking, wait, 5 cents? How could this be worth $6 million? Here's the thing. The 5-cent coin from 1996 is actually extremely rare. Not because it's made of precious metal, but because a very small number of these coins were minted in a particular way, making them one of the rarest South African coins in existence today. There was a significant error in the minting process for some of the 5-cent coins in 1996. Instead of the standard cupronickel composition, a small batch was accidentally produced using a much more expensive and rarer type of metal. These error coins are often extremely valuable. As of now, one of these rare error coins has been appraised at a staggering value of $6 million. In fact, at various numismatic auctions, this rare 5-cent coin has been sold for amounts that seem too good to be true. However, it's important to note that only a handful of these error coins exist. The vast majority of the 1996 5-cent coins are still only worth their face value or a few cents above that. But if you happen to find one of these rare versions in your collection, you could be holding on to a literal gold mine. Okay, so how do you tell if you have one of these rare coins? It can be tricky, but there are a few things to look out for. First, the composition is key. The standard 1996 5-cent coin should feel light and have a certain shine to it. If the coin feels heavier or has a different tone to it when you tap it, that could be a sign of an error. Another way to spot these rare coins is by looking at the edges. Some of these error coins have a slightly irregular edge or even a mismatch in the design alignment. If the Protea flower or Springbok appears slightly off-center, that could be a valuable clue. Also, pay attention to the weight. Some of the rarer versions are made with a thicker metal, which adds to their value. So, now that you know what to look for, where can you find these rare coins? Well, the search for a $6 million 5-cent coin isn't going to be easy. Most of these rare error coins are either in private collections or locked away in vaults. However, there are still a few places where you might come across one. Coin dealers, local auctions, and online marketplaces could be good starting points, but always do your research first. To wrap up, The South African 5 cents coin from 1996 is more than just a small denomination of currency. It's a rare piece of history. Top 2 coin 2 Rand coin minted in 1991. This little piece of history might just be worth a lot more than you expect. A massive $4 million. How, you ask? Stick around and I'll explain everything. Before we zoom in on the 2 Rand coin from 1991, let's take a quick look at the history of South African currency. South Africa has a rich coinage history, dating back to the early 1800s. The Rand was introduced in 1961 when South Africa became a republic. The 2 Rand coin itself, though, has an interesting story. It was first minted in 1989, and since then, it has seen a number of variations and designs. The country's political landscape during the late 20th century was tumultuous, with the end of apartheid around this time. And that historical context is significant when we talk about the 1991 2 Rand coin now. Let's get into the specifics of the 1991 2 Rand coin. If you've ever held one in your hand, you know that it's made of copper nickel. The design is simple but elegant. On the obverse side, we see the famous Springbok antelope, which has been a symbol of South Africa for many years. The reverse side features the denomination 2 Rand, with the design featuring a unique pattern and a year of minting, 1991. But did you know that some 1991 2 Rand coins were produced with a very rare misprint? These rare versions are the ones that can fetch up to $4 million. Here's where it gets really interesting. A very small batch of 2 Rand coins in 1991 were minted with a critical error, a misprint that makes them extremely rare and valuable. Some of these coins were incorrectly stamped, with parts of the coin's design misaligned, or the mint marks being in the wrong location. Now, you might be thinking, how does something as small as a misaligned stamp turn a regular coin into a rare treasure worth millions of dollars? The answer is simple. In the world of numismatics, coin collecting, rarity, condition, and historical significance are everything. When a misprint occurs, it makes the coin that much more sought after. Coin collectors from around the world, especially those focused on South African or world coins, go crazy over these rare misprinted versions. The market for such errors has surged, with one of these coins fetching an unbelievable $4 million in an auction. Now let's talk about the auction where this specific 1991 2 Rand misprinted coin was sold. In 2019, a private collector put one of these ultra-rare coins up for auction. The bidding started slow, but soon it skyrocketed as numismatists and wealthy investors battled it out. After what felt like an eternity, the coin finally sold for a jaw-dropping $4 million. Can you imagine the thrill of winning that bid? It's a true testament to the insane value of these misprinted coins. This specific auction set a new precedent for rare South African coins, showing just how much they can be worth when they come from such a historically significant period. Now, you might be wondering why such a coin is worth so much. After all, it's just a small piece of currency, right? The value doesn't come from its size or even its precious metal content. It's the rarity, the story behind it, and the context of its creation that makes this coin truly special. 1991 was a monumental year in South African history. The country was transitioning from the oppressive apartheid regime to a new era of democracy. The 1991 2 Rand coin represents a turning point, a symbol of change, and that historical weight adds to its value. When you couple that with the fact that only a few misprinted coins were ever made, you've got a collector's dream that if you're thinking of starting your own coin collection, remember that rarity is key. While the 1991 2 Rand coin is an extreme example, there are plenty of other valuable coins out there. Collectors often focus on coins with rare mint errors, specific years, or significant historical importance. Whether you're into numismatics or just looking for an interesting hobby, understanding what makes a coin valuable is essential. The thrill of finding a rare piece is what makes coin collecting so exciting. So, there you have it. The story of the 2 Rand coin from 1991 that's worth $4 million. It's incredible to think how a simple coin could carry such immense value, But when you dig deep into its history and rarity, it's clear why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Old Coin Z Collection for more exciting coin-related content. Have you ever come across a rare coin like this? Let me know in the comments below.